I grew up most of my life in Northern California in predominant black neighborhoods. Where I grew up, I saw a lot of white tea women have kids with by black dudes. A lot. It was very common. And one of the things that I noticed is that a lot of these white tea women were very anti-black. A lot of people think that just because you marry somebody of another race, that you're not racist. You're not bigoted. When I was around 18 or 19, I had just moved to a new neighborhood. Literally across the street was a white tea woman who had a kid with a black dude. In one of those days, the little girl ran out to the front, and the white tea mother, mind you, the little girl is black. The white tea mother came out and said, "Nicole, get your nappy head ass in here." Now, a lot of people wouldn't consider that racist, but it really is. It's so normalized to be anti-black that that's not even thought of as anything wrong, but it is very wrong. With that said, you have a white tea mother and a black father,
Yes.
and you have experienced something along the lines of this, yes?
Yes.
Come on.
Man, I have five sisters, and we all look different, but I look a lot like my dad.
Hmm.
So I experienced the worst of it. My mother is white. She's German. First time I experienced racism was from my own mother. And it was when she was upset with us most of the time. So just like that little girl's mom was kept yelling at her to come in the house, she's probably frustrated with her. Like most white tea people, they when they become frustrated and upset, the racism emerges. The mask falls off and it comes out. So
Hmm.
when my mom was angry, she'd be like, "You little N word, B words."
Ooh.
Yeah, that if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
That is a very, very derogatory term. So that shocked me to the core. I think I was like 6 or something when I first heard that. Imagine being that young, you know?
By your own mother, the
Yeah.
person that gave birth to you.
Right. And it was very conflicting because my mom took very good care of me. She was a housewife and I know she loved me, but I could see the racism, so it was just very confusing.
In your opinion, do you think that she was intentionally being racist?
I think she was trying to inflict harm on us because she was frustrated. And so yeah, I think a little bit of it was intentional. Like, I'm angry at you, so I'm gonna let you know how I really feel, or I'm gonna let you know that I'm superior, or this is what you really are. Even though you're my daughter, this is how I look at you,
Hmm.
kind of. So
Was your father around?
yes, my parents were married for 50 years.
Okay. Did your father at any time hear your mother call you a little NB?
Yeah, I think he heard her a few times say it, and he got angry with her. So and then some. I mean, a few times he got angry with her, and then other times he didn't say anything. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay, so I know that you said you were only around 6 when you first experienced it.
yeah.
I don't expect you to necessarily remember exactly how it felt, but do you remember how it felt to be called that by your mother?
Yeah, I know. By the age of 6, unfortunately, I knew what that meant. So,
Oh, yeah.
um, I've heard it before. I've seen the movies, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, of
and
course.
yeah, I was hurt, and I was just like, that's when I first started to build a rift between me and my mom. I was a daddy's girl to the core
Yeah.
because of that.
Did it affect your relationship between you and your father, knowing that he heard her say this and he didn't do anything about it?
There was a lot of domestic abuse in my household, so I don't know what he was doing, but I know that they did not get along a lot. They did not, you know. It is very hard for interracial couples to get along. They have the highest divorce rate.
Hmm.
Interracial.
Yep.
And
Facts.
facts. And people think they glamorize it so much, but it is very hard to be as a biracial person. It is very hard to be raised in two different races, two different cultures. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. It's hard. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend mixing.
Let me ask you this question. Now that you're an adult, have you ever or would you ever have a conversation with your mother as to why she specifically call you those words?
I did have a conversation with her actually because we're taking care of her now. She's elderly. I've had the opportunity to spend some one-on-one time with her. I avoided her a lot growing up, and I never really had that kind of time and conversations with my mom because I didn't feel she understood me as a black woman.
Yeah.
She just denies it still. She's like, I didn't mean that. I was just upset. You know, I love you. I didn't mean that. You need to forgive me. That, you know, it's still the same denial that they give you in general, white tea people.
I didn't mean it like that.
Right. I think racism is ingrained, and it usually comes out when people are angry. And it doesn't matter if they're in an interracial relationship. It doesn't matter. It's ingrained in us, and that's why there's so much racism and colorism. It's on a psychic, subconscious level. Like it's deep. So you can date how many people you want outside your race. It's usually a reflection of self hatred. It's usually some kind of battle within that you're trying to rectify through a relationship with a person that doesn't share the same race and culture as you. But then the children really suffer. Like me and my sister suffered a lot. We're all different colors. We're like a kitty litter. Like literally, all of us. Some of us look closer to white. Some of us look closer to black. Like me, there was this competition with us because of our mom. She favored the closer one that looked more white. She always complimented them more. You know what I'm saying? And then they thought they were superior because of that. And then I was called all kinds of names because of my complexion. I look kind of light now, but I get really dark in the summer, like my dad, like dark. And I love to be out in the sun, so they used to call me darky. uh, they used to call me spooky when I got a tan, like my own sisters.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So my mom, from her colorism and her favoritism, created a competition within us that still exists till this day. And I just never understood it. I just wanted to be accepted for who I am. Like I don't want to be. Every time I get a tan, somebody has to point it out. Every time I do my hair in a style and I look more like my dad. Oh, you look like dad. Your dad. You look black like daddy. You look like so. And thank you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you pointing it out? You have the problem. If you're pointing it out, somebody's features, and you're constantly their hair texture and their skin color, you have a problem and you're obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. I had to forgive myself from getting so angry at other people for judging me constantly in my family. Mixed people are supposed to look like Mariah Carey. That's how my family thinks. Like
Right.
we're supposed to be super light, almost white passing, light, thin hair, no curls. My hair is natural curly, by the way. I blew it out. It's thick and curly, so it's like your hair has to be close to white tea, and so does your complexion. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how you're a mixed person. There is like variations of colorism within mixed people we discriminate against each other amongst mixed people. Again,
Mm-hmm.
who looks the most white? If
Yeah.
you look the most white, you're the most beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had black men ask me, like, you're mixed, but you're not. You don't look mixed enough. Dated non-black man. They said nothing about my complexion, nothing about my hair, nothing. They just said, oh, you're beautiful. That's it. I date black men. I experience the same childhood trauma over and over again. 'Cause I don't look like Alicia Keys or Mariah Carey
Sure.
or Vanessa Williams. You know.
Sure.
So that's all I wanted to say. Like it's a lot of layers to this.
There's a person some years ago that told me something along the lines of, in order to solve racism, we all need to just mix. And what they're pretty much saying is, let's erase everybody in order for narrow-minded people to not be able to be racist. That's kind of what they're saying. But also, a lot of people don't understand that a very large percentage of people in the Americas are mixed, technically. And mixing with white tea people has literally been white tea people's introduction to us via grape. The first children that were born out of black and indigenous women were the product of grape by grapist white tea men. So a lot of people in the Americas are actually mixed, and it never solved anything. Mixing with white tea people has never ever solved anything. And the fact that people are so ignorant to this fact and thinking that mixing with white tea people is the solution to solving things, they're very unaware of history. And that's what I wanted to say to end this video. But anyway, Thank you very, very much for sharing this. Very brave of you. I hope after I share it, it doesn't bring any drama in your life. Um, I hope not, but thank you very, very much. I'm very glad you came up, and thank you for always being in the comment section, very supportive. Thank you so, so much. Pay attention so much. Thank you.